Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. I hope everyone is having an awesome holiday. Every dream you have is being fulfilled, and you couldn't be blessed with more happiness. We are going to spend Christmas Eve together here today. What a wonderful, exciting thing. You know, there's so many benefits when you just look at your situation. Now, you might not have family to spend with or friends, because usually everyone's doing their own thing, but there's always a silver lining. As mine is, I get to come spend an evening with you. Turd, unbothered, no one's gonna be stepping in. Perfect situation to spread a great message today. From my house to yours, I send blessings, my friend. I wanna thank Second Chance Summit. I wanna thank Top Roofing and Windows for making all this possible. What lovely sponsors. Thank you so much, you guys. And I wanna give a special thanks to John and Karen Goodburn. Thank you so much for this coat. I love it. It was time that I got a coat like this. Thank you, John and Karen. I appreciate that so very much. You know, one thing I want to touch on before I continue is I want you to realize that when I talk about something, I just don't talk about it to talk about it. I talk about it because I have experience. I talk about it because I've probably done it more than once, knowing my track record. But I also tell you because I've beat it. And I also tell you because I found the loophole to achieve all your dreams and success. So today, it's the holidays. Most people are dreading going to certain family members' house. Some aren't. But I see more than not of like, oh man, I can't believe I gotta go over there. They're gonna question me what I've been doing. I ain't made enough money. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But not everything's the way it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna give you some tools today. But I want you to know one thing for sure, is that my desire is to empower, educate, and equip you with all the knowledge you need to handle these social situations and protect everything you have. You know, it was funny, on the webinar I was doing this week on coaching, as a matter of fact, I'm in the process of getting officially certified as a coach, a life mastery consultant. She mentioned something, she goes, you know, you see me with these cue cards. And she said, the ego part of me wants to say, oh no, I don't need cue cards. I don't need cue cards, I can remember all that. But are you gonna get all the knowledge? Folks at home, I wanna give you all the knowledge. I wanna make sure that everything that I'm supposed to say to you gets delivered from my energy to yours. So as long as we all know that, and you know what? Let's get empowered today. Let's not mess up. Let's just take this and roll with it, because this is gonna be a great section. Because these are 5 situations, okay? 5 situations we as a whole collective might run across at these family holiday gatherings, company parties, etc., etc. What I'm gonna give you is I'm gonna give you a full summary of how to handle each one of these situations, okay? There'll be nothing left out. There should be no questions by the time that if it arises. Okay, we're gonna start with number 5, being alone during the holidays, or going through a recent breakup, heart-wrenching breakup. Bam, holidays. You might not have any family left. That is my case. I love my family. I mean, I love my family. But my blood family, you know, I had to go make new family. So, and that's what some people have to deal with, is they just ain't got nowhere to go, really ain't got no one to call them, no presents. And that's a real deal, because you know what, folks? Heartbreak and loneliness are some real deal demons that will wrench everything out of you until you don't think it can take anymore. Emotions, appetites, it can tear you down. And this is why we gotta be so careful. This is why we gotta be so aware, okay, you follow me? Thoughts, which would be like, okay, Sue, Mary, Joe, Sue, boy, she sure broke my heart, and I'm just thinking about her and I can't stop. Well, that is going to resonate a feeling. And the feeling most likely is going to be sorrow, self-pity, etc., etc. Well, then there's action. Oh boy, I'm feeling sad. Now all my morals are going to go out the door. Now I'm going to do something that I normally wouldn't do, but my heart's broke. I ain't got no family here. I ain't got no one to call. And do you know what the result is to that, America? Bad stuff. Those are bad decisions. Based off, let's go back to the original thought. Man, I sure miss that person. Here's where we got to be. It's a their loss mentality. It's their loss. They ain't got me. They ain't got you around. It's their loss. They're missing out. Because one thing you have to learn is your value. What is your value? Sitting at home watching this right now, I know you're here to better yourself or you wouldn't be wasting your time listening in. So let me ask you, what's your value? I know what mine is. Don't tell no one else your value. That's just something that you ask yourself. And then once you realize what your value is, and don't be giving me no little crap ass value. You are worth something, big time worth something. You know who to believe and who you don't know who to believe. Because there's some people who just don't know your value, okay? And those books that are like that, those chapters in life, sometimes the best thing to do is just close them and let someone else read the book. Because some people you just can never convince your value. And they never will see you eye to eye, and they'll never give you the respect that you need. So right there, bam, handled that. Someone tries to break your heart, you ain't got no family. You know your value. You know what you're worth. You know it's their loss. Or if they don't want you around, you're the champion. You're the prize. Do not forget that. I hope that helped. So number four, not feeling accepted by your family. This is mainly out for the black sheep, because I am a black sheep. I was the black sheep of my family. I do believe I was the black sheep until not too long ago, but I think I might have changed titles on that. Actually, I believe I know I have, as a matter of fact. But black sheep, man, this is a good thing, because this is something that a lot of people get banished for. Oh, here comes old doobly-dobby, holding his six-pack, bringing in trouble, blah, blah, blah. Because that's what they formed in your mind to make you think that's all you are, is a black sheep, an outcast. Oh, I got news for you. Listen up. Listen up. Every family's standards are different when it comes to black sheeps. You got some families who you can't drink milk until after you eat dinner. You got some families who the black sheep would be catching them smoking a cigarette. You got families like my family who were 1%ers, and you know what? I mean, you really had to mess up to be an outcast in my family. For sure. But you know, everyone's different. There can be a high-end black sheep, there can be a low-end black sheep, but there's always usually that black sheep that stands out. So you gotta ask yourself a couple of these questions. Are you making the best decisions that you can? As this person, and I'm not gonna reveal nothing yet, but I do got something important I have to say after this, it's gonna make you feel so much better. Am I making good decisions? Am I doing things with heart? Am I helping people? Am I loving people? Am I really kicking ass in life? Those are answers that are they're honest questions, and they're actually questions. But, who's keeping track, right? Those questions will save your ass when it comes to dealing with other people, folks. I'm here to tell you, I know the decisions I make mean something. I know the thoughts that I think can be seen all over me before I walk in to a room, okay? It's super important, and I'm going somewhere with this. So, you're the black sheep. You're at the family gathering. People's gawking at you. Some people won't talk to you. First things first, let's go back and do an inventory with ourselves. Hey, Mike, and they kind of give me funny looks. Have I made good decisions? Yes, I still ain't drank. I ain't relapsed. I'm going on a year sober. My finances are responsible. I'm not doing anything in the dark that I can't do in the light. Yes, my decisions are on point. Great. There ain't much more after that. If you can tell yourself that and you can answer yes, F the rest. F anybody who don't like it. You got one person to please in this world. Take a wild guess who it is. And I don't care if you call him who you call him, but we're all talking about the same person. And that's the divine. That's the infinite intelligence. Gaia, God. There's a ton of names for the same person. So if you please him and you're making good decisions, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you. It does not matter. It's as useless as dirt on a porch that's about to get swept off. It means nothing. You completely taken everyone's power away over you by doing that simple little questionnaire in your brain. Am I doing the right thing? Am I making good decisions? Have I been helping people? My God, man. If you can answer yes to all those, you got nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Because here's the good news I was talking about, America. You know who the chosen ones are? You know who the chosen ones are? The black sheep. The black sheep are the chosen ones. Man, they stand out. We're the ones who are going to make a difference, who do make a difference, who got the audacity to stand up against the grain, because you know what? We've had to do it our whole lives. And just like I was saying before, when I tell you something, I'm telling you, I've been forged through the fire and came out the other side. And this is the result you get from dedication, discipline, and hard work and faith, and being aligned with the divine by holding doors for people, men, women, children. No one's off limits from my blessings. No one's off limits from my giving. I don't discriminate against anybody to help them. And that's the way it should be. And that's the way you can stay solid with yourself when you get outside forces trying to go against what you know you are, because what? We know our value, yes. We know who our Father is, yes. No matter what you call him. And we know that we're irreplaceable. There is no other soul like you. There's no other blueprint like you. You're one of a kind, one of a kind. Come on now, let's go. Who's with me? Number 3, recently sober. So say you got on, so you found sobriety this year, okay? And this is something that a lot of people have problems with, and I understand, and I want to go into some detail about how to handle this situation. Because the chances are you being around alcoholic beverages might be whatever, or higher now than they probably are all year. 4th of July maybe, but Christmas is one of the big times. It's one of the big times. So if you recently found sobriety, whether it be this, and I'm just talking about people within their first year. This is your first year. Do not panic. I'm here to tell you, don't give anxiety, don't panic, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay, the first thing we need to do is realize this is what we chose. And congratulations on that choice. You just made a great decision, which goes back to our character development. Do I make good decisions? Yes, I make great decisions. To me, you're not going to change this world when it comes to the view of alcohol. It's just the way it is. As it is right now, alcohol is acceptable. You can buy it on any corner. People call it a thing called, what is it, California sober, where you don't do dope, but you drink whiskey and beer. Come the fuck on. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my life. What other choice you got? You got to be conditioned to it. But I'm going to tell you how I did it. The first thing I did was I gave it over to my higher power. And I was like, I can't control this, obviously. I've been doing it 35 years, and I can't stop. And it's going to kill me. So I need you to take this from me. And I'm telling you, folks, I don't lie. I don't fabricate. I tell the truth, and I bring it to you just as I see it, to, like I said, empower you, equip you with the knowledge to beat these little things. And they seem like little things until you're going through them, until you're in the car having a panic attack going into Aunt Susie's house because Joe Bob, cousin Joe's in there and he thinks you stole from him. Well, he's gonna say he's blacking your eye next time he's seen you. We're dealing with all this shit right here, right now on MBP, man. We got this. So we know our value. We know we don't want to drink. We know, I believe, you better get used to being around something. I'll tell you what, I could be around hard drugs right now and not bother me a bit. I could be around alcohol right now, not bother me a bit. I can tell you because I've done it. I bought beer for my roofing crews, not the single bit of temptation, not the slightest inkling of what if, or one more. Because let me tell you something right off the rip. First of all, I know one more probably means my death because I've been given a chance that most people don't get. And when God gives you chances, your punishment is a lot harder if you mess up. So there's one right off the rip. I know I do not want to disappoint God. I don't want to disappoint my peers, my public. So it's not even an option. That timeline is dead. This is a whole new timeline. This is a whole new Michael Bender. This is a whole new Jane John Doe. This is a whole new you. It doesn't exist anymore. So if it never existed, how can there be temptation? There can't. How can something exist if it never existed? You have to cut that mother effer loose and let it go. And don't be a freaking pansy about it. Just do it if that's what you want. No one wants to hear someone cry about something that they chose to do. Come on, man. Give me a break. Because sobriety, and I'm telling you for a fact, America is a superpower. Recovery is a superpower. I heard one of the experts on the Joe Rogan podcast say addicts are the luckiest people in the world because they have a chance to find recovery. And there's so much strength in recovery, America, unless you're an addict and you've been down rock bottom and then got out of that and looked back through that time that you made it out of that gutter. My God, dude, there ain't nothing that you realize that you can't do. Nothing. The sky's the limit. Manifestations are on point. It's your superpower. So those drinks at the grandma's house or Joe Bob and Uncle Doobie going behind the garage, when you make yourself laugh, man, that's important. Don't forget. Well, don't get tempted because what you got going on, money cannot buy. And if you keep doing what you're doing, I'm telling you folks, you're gonna have more money than you know what to do with. Not just from saving, from doing your DOC, but from all the blessings that God's gonna pour into you. I'm a walking billboard for God. I believe that is my job, is to show you at home that God still exists. And God believes in the underdog. And that God can overcome anything. He is still number one. We are still victorious in the end. This is our come up. It's neat stuff, isn't it? I love talking about it. I love knowing that I get to be a voice for the divine. I get to be an example of what if someone wants to know how to act or how to live, they can come look at me without being corrupted or mishandling all the abundance that He's given me. Because a true person of power makes it to give it away, to lift up, to build up. Folks at home, you know what we're doing here at Second Chance Summit? Yes, we are life mastery consultants, but it's way more than that. We rebuild human beings. We take a human being that is shattered, destroyed at all kinds of levels. You can be at different kinds of levels and be distressed, have fractures in you, leaking out energy, poor connections, any level of the ladder. But we take that vessel as is, come as you are. And then with the right comfort and the right reassurance and proven techniques. We build you up from the ground up. You ain't nothing without a strong foundation, yo. You're not. You're gonna tipple over like a bodybuilder who never trains his legs. Come on now, you following me? You gotta have a new foundation. It's gotta be solid. Your legs can't be giving out on you. So you can handle temptation at your family party. You can handle being looked down on when everyone exclaims you as being the black sheep. Or when no one comes around and checks on you. You know you're gonna be okay because of who you are and whom you serve. This is great. Now this is fun. All right, and here we are. And of course, you know what? All my cards got tangled up, and that's okay, because I got excited. Just bear with me here for a second, and there we are. And like I said, I want to get all the information to you the best I can, the most I can. We're done too good. We're done 20 minutes into this now, and we're juicing. We're juicing good. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. The weather sure is nice here in Ohio, and that is lovely. Again, my apologies for my cue card intern called off today, so he left it up to the old dad, and that, you see what happens. Number 4 of things that we can run into, situations that can happen, that can steal our energy, change our mood, or ruin our day. Well, I think oh, you know what I realized? You know what's so funny? Okay, so behind the scenes, well, I'm not cutting this out, but whoever's watching this on YouTube is gonna laugh when you watch the full episode, because this is what it's all about, America. You can't be afraid to mess up. I thought it was from 1 to 5 I did it, but I labeled it from 5 to 1. Remember, we're starting counting down? So funny. I was dumbfounded there for a second. I'm like, what's going on? And I know I didn't mess up this bad. But then, what a perfect excuse to show you what it's like to keep on rolling, to roll with the punches, to roll with the punches. That is for sure. So number 2, here we go. Struggling to provide for your family. My God, what a horrible feeling. To go to work every day and not know how you're gonna buy your kids Christmas or your wife something for Christmas. You know, folks, that's just, I couldn't imagine have to feel that way again. I have felt that way before, and you know, that's a horrible feeling. But again, we are here to fix that. We are here to conquer these things. That's a horrible thing. Anybody that's been in that situation before, which most people have, know that's horrible. But here's what, right off the rip. Love is the best present you can give. Loving your kids, loving your wife, loving your husband. My God, there ain't nothing better than being told, I love you, from someone who really means it. In the long run, there ain't no amount of money that can buy love. There's not. So love is given freely, at free will, best gift in the world. Some people don't look at it like that because it's not material. You can't hold it or touch it or play with it. It's love, man. It's something we must realize. Your wife, your children, your husband, your mom or dad, if you're young watching it, they're still going to love you whether you get them something for Christmas or not. And by golly, I mean, I guess I have to say this. If they don't, go back 2 questions ago. F the rest. If they don't love you because you didn't buy them a present, and this goes for a girlfriend or a boyfriend, so you didn't have the money. You couldn't get them nothing. Or maybe you got them something cute like a little stuffed animal or a little hand, screwdriver from Family Dollar and a Reese cup. And they snarled at it. No bueno, no bueno. Gratitude, I'll say this again, gratitude runs off the same energy vibration as abundance. They're cousins, first cousins. But in order to really, truly reach abundance, man, you gotta have gratitude. You have to. One doesn't work without the other. You're not going to get results if you don't have hard work and faith equal results. Hard work and faith, and you want to mix in some massive faith. Now you're talking manifestations on command so fast, they'll spin your head back. Spin your head back. Fast. And I'm a firm believer in this. Always do the best you can, because God is watching you. And not only God, all our ancestors, our spiritual guides. Just because we don't see something does not mean it's not there observing us. So act like it. Make sure everything you do is on point. And if you do that and you still find yourself in this situation, that means this is just a test, because you've made all the right decisions, you've made the right choices, you've done the right things, and you've helped the right people, and you know you have. So you find yourself in a little situation, a little bit broke, don't worry about it. God's gonna take care of you. Whatever you feel like you're lacking, He will give you tenfold back. Promise. You're looking at it. Again, everything I talk about America is something that I have been through, am going through, or anticipating to go through. Fact. I love it. And the number one reason, situation, I believe, from my point of view, during the holiday season, and it comes down to right here, tearing oneself down and letting depression slip in. My God, I just kind of seen the black grim reaper in my mind float through when I said that, because that's what it is. Depression is as bad as a drug. It's a killer. Depression's horrible. You know, there's people out there who think that they're not good enough, who think that they are ugly, who think that they're overweight, who think that whatever comes out of their mouth sounds stupid, that they're not intelligent. And everything that I just described wasn't just words. It wasn't just thoughts. These are live entities who are sucking the energy right out of you and draining your power and draining your potential. Listen, America, I'll tell you right now, you're loved. I love every single person, every being, every animal, every insect, every non-animate object, everything. Everything gets the most immense, unconditional love from me. Everything. God, that makes it so easy. But I can tell you for a fact that you are loved. And if I embraced you with a hug right now in the studio, you would feel loved, because it's true. You are loved. So don't ever forget that you're loved. Don't think that people have forgot about you, because there's more content creators, there's more influencers out there like myself who you can DM and they will reach right back out to you. If you DM me, I'm messaging you back. Ask anybody who's ever left me a message. That's for sure. And you're perfect no matter where you're at. You could have one day sober. You could have no day sober. You could be a total shit truck. You could be doing good. But wherever you're at, let me tell you something, folks. You're perfect exactly the way you are. Right where you need to be. The key is not to feel like you got to force things when it comes to blessings, when it comes to miracles. I would like to consider myself a seasoned miracle holder and executor and acceptor, because not everyone can accept blessings. Oh no, I don't deserve that. Give that to the person who deserves it. That's 75% of people don't know how to take a blessing. That was me. Man, my self-esteem at one time was so low, I didn't believe I deserved anything, America. And I was like, you know what? I don't deserve that. And now that I look back, I think that's the most absurd thing, and I wish I had someone to tell me that. But I'm glad they didn't, because I know the feeling of depression. I know what it's like to go through the holidays, and you're at home, you're alone filming content to your audience. Because this is how I show my love. And I am so grateful for every single one of you at home who support Bender Nation, who are for changing the world, one awareness at a time, who are for spreading grins and making friends, who love to love just for love's sake. Those are my kind of people. And you know what? There's people out there who suffer from depression that have all those qualities. That voice, that entity, that demon has talked them down so much that they've taken away all credibility and power to that beautiful body that they possess. Because remember, America, we are a spirit having a human experience. And that's simple. It's not much hard. I mean, there's nothing hard to figure out when you shut your eyes and, there's guided meditations that make you real quick realize that there's more to you than your body and your thoughts. That actually you can control your thoughts. And again, like we said, what's the equation? Thoughts equal feelings equal decisions, which equal results. Man, the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega. Taking something where you don't know where it came from, but it was an idea, it was a thought, it came from somewhere, but you can't see it. But you felt so good about that idea that you done something about it. You opened up the website, you went to coaching classes, you started calling clients, you made flyers, you did something about that idea. And the results are, now you own a 7-figure business. Now you have people working for you. Now you have a story to tell. That's what I mean. Throw in addiction on that. My God, bro. It's almost like God was like, listen, okay, I know you got the bad card here. No one wants to be able to deal with this kind of behavioral characteristic. But, hear me out. If you do pass it, I'm gonna have you a life better than Job. Come on now, who's with me? You can never forget. I don't care where you're at on that ladder like we talked about. You could be down here, you could be up here, you could be on TV, you could be the one watching the person on TV. But I guarantee you that someone is looking up to you. Whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you're aware of it or not, makes no difference. It makes no difference whatsoever. There is always someone watching you or looking up to you, because there's always an up, there's always someone better, and there's always someone worse. You'll never be the toughest, but you'll never be the weakest. Again, you're perfect. Right where you're at. Right where you're at. Absolutely perfect. I love this. And we have to be, this is all about depression. This is all about coming outside of ourselves, outside of our thoughts, taking control of our thoughts, taking control of our paradigm, of ourselves, of our emotions, of our feelings. Now listen closely. We have to be what we want to become. We have to be what we want to become. If I want to fall asleep, I can't be over here doing freaking burpees, jamming on the phone. No, I got to shut my eyes and lay down. I have to be to become. I have to be sleepy to become asleep. Wealth. Start dressing like you're a billionaire. I highly suggest taking most of your check and go and buying a wardrobe, to where if people look at you, they would not be able to tell you for a fact how much money you're worth. They couldn't tell you if you were super rich or if you was whatever. They couldn't tell you. All these little things I do myself, and they're great tricks. You have to be what you want to become. And a lot of people say faking it till you make it. But if you truly believe that you are what you want to become, it's not faking it, because it's the truth. You're not pretending to be a millionaire. You're not pretending to be a coach. You're not pretending to be a college, have their masters. No, you are. So there's no acting about it. You act just like you would if you had these results that you were going for. Now, how can you be depressed with an attitude like that? I believe you would have to go out of your way and really kind of force yourself to be depressed when you have a mind frame like that, for sure. The most important advice that I could give for someone who is facing depression, who is facing self-doubt, who has a crack in their confidence, 3 words: love, love, love. Love, folks, is the most powerful weapon we have. If you find yourself down, and there's a reason that it feels like it would be the most opposite thing you want to do is go help somebody when you need help yourself. But let me tell you, folks, it will heal you right now of loneliness, of depression, of feeling sorry for yourself. Go help someone out that needs it. And you realize, folks, you have an abundance of happiness, an abundance of wealth, an abundance. You know, abundance means an overflow of everything. I have abundance coming out of every part of my being because I am grateful. And let me tell you, folks, I can't tell you how grateful I am to be able to sit on a platform, not only to practice my skill as a coach, as a teacher, as a speaker, but to be able to know that this is going to resonate with someone out there and it's going to help them, because this is a horrible time for some people and it's the most happiest for others. And whoever this is a horrible time for, this message is for you. This video is for you. I super duper hope that this has helped you. And I just want to leave you, I want to remind you of one more thing. Your walk in this life, okay, it's all about the faith. Give me some rock solid faith. Believe like you're touching a hot stove. Believe. And then go work your ass off while you're waiting on your miracle. And then keep believing. And folks, I tell you what's going to happen next. Whatever you dreamed of, whatever you were wanting, whatever you were working so hard, whatever you put into motion will come to pass. It's an equation that is a scientific fact. It works. I use it on the daily. Manifestations are like lightning now because of the decisions I make, because of the way that I live my life, the way that I've directed my energy. Everything matters. Every single thought you think matters. Every single thought you think, people can read on your aura. When you walk into a room and you're like, oh yeah, something about that guy, well, that's your aura. And you put off, it's like eating garlic. You put off, you can tell what you've done, man, in the dark. Be careful what you think. It's one of my techniques is to break down thoughts. You know, when I first start with somebody, I want to know what's in their brain. I want to know what they're thinking. Unfiltered. Let me know what you're thinking. What are we working with? Who's taking up space in there? Because you don't know what's on someone's brain unless they tell you, unless it's super visible by facial expressions. But you just don't know. So it's a good way to get the information out when you start to get to know somebody. So that was super duper fun. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. And I want to thank you again for supporting me and my journey, and everyone on this planet who is going to benefit from you supporting this show. Absolutely. Thank you to Second Chance Summit. Thank you to Top Roofing and Windows. Couldn't have done this without you. And I leave you with this. I pray this knowledge that was shared today will help launch you into the best version of yourself. Be blessed, be a blessing, spread grins, make friends, and I love you. Good night, America.